Just weeks away, Speaker Johnson is juggling securing America's elections with keeping the federal government open for business. Could a government shutdown cost Republicans their slim majority? A high-wire act on Capitol Hill in the heat of the campaign. For more reaction, I am joined by Georgia Republican Congressman and one of the senior members of the House Budget Committee, Buddy Carter. Congressman Carter, thank you so much. Not an easy needle for the House Speaker to thread with a slim majority, getting a continuing resolution done by September the 30th. How do you keep everybody on the reservation, Congressman, and avoid the spectacle of a government shutdown?
Well, I hope that we do avoid a government shutdown, and I think that we will. Look, we're all committed to making sure that we keep the government going. But, you know, explain to me how someone, whether it be a Republican or Democrat, doesn't want to assure that we have election integrity in this country. If the Democrats are going to shut down the government as a result of the SAVE Act, then we know where their priorities are, and their priorities are certainly out of line. The SAVE Act is needed, safeguarding America's voter eligibility. There's no question about that. And I agree with the Speaker. Anyone who votes against the SAVE Act has got to have their priorities misaligned. I mean, right now, if you look at the form that you have to fill out in order to register to vote, all it says is, are you an American citizen, yes or no? You just check one of the boxes. Now, am I to believe that someone who illegally came across that border is going to answer truthfully? I mean, come on, guys. I was born at night, but it wasn't last night.
You know, it's one of the biggest bones of contention over this continuing resolution is that SAVE Act. And as you point out, it ensures that only U.S. citizens have the right to participate in our elections. Democrats adamantly oppose this. The White House opposes this. It kind of seems to be in line with the open border policies. I want to play for you the Speaker on this program a couple of months ago talking about this.
They're pushing to register illegals around the country. When the Biden administration opened that border wide, they've allowed in millions of people. I think the actual count is probably 16 million, close to 16 million illegals who have come in the country in the last 3.5 years under this administration. And when they ship them around the country, all at taxpayer expense, by the way, when they get to their destination of choice, they say, go to your local welfare office and sign up for benefits, also taxpayer funded, of course. And then when they're there, there's a separate form that they get. Because of the motor voter registration laws passed in the early 90s, it's very easy to sign up to vote.
Congressman, what do you say to your colleagues? I mean, the Congress is in session this week. You're dealing with people in the Democratic Party on the other side of the aisle. What do you say to your colleagues who seem to be openly now supporting non-citizen voting?
You know, you try to point out to them, and I try to point out to them how ridiculous this is. One of the greatest freedoms that we have in this country, one of the greatest responsibilities that we have in this country is to elect our leaders. And you know, I can't vote in Mexico. You can't vote in Mexico. We can't vote in Venezuela or anywhere else. Why would we allow them to vote in our elections? And again, I just think it shows where their priorities lie. And yes, this is you know, if she's not the border czar, if she was in charge of trying to find out what the root of the problem was, well, the root of the problem is that they're trying to get these voters in here and are these illegals in here in order to vote. And you know, I think they're going to be sadly surprised, because I think that a lot of these people understand that what this administration and what the Democrats are trying to give them is what they're trying to escape, and that is socialism.
Let's talk strategy here, Congressman. Earlier in the week, the House Speaker pulled the CR, the continuing resolution, from the House floor in pretty dramatic fashion. What was his reasoning for doing that, and how much does it have to do with the SAVE Act or with internal divisions within the Republican caucus?
Well, it has to do with both, and that's a very astute observation on your part, because there are some members of our conference who simply won't vote for a CR. And who don't believe that we should have a CR. I'm not one of those, and I certainly respect those and their opinions. But at the same time, we can't shut the government down again. We always get blamed for it, and especially this close to the election. That's not what we need to be doing, and it's not good for the taxpayers. We have to stop programs, start programs that cost money. Federal employees still get paid. It just doesn't. Yeah, it sends a strong message. but at the same time, it's just too expensive. We don't need that right now. What we need to do is we need to pass the SAVE Act, we need to pass a continuing resolution, and we need to get on with our work.
Any sense that these would be end up being two separate bills?
Well, I think that the strategy here on the speaker and the leadership's part was that this would help people to pass the CR and to vote for the CR. And certainly I understand that. But there are others who believe that it's an out for some of the Democrats who are in marginal races, that they may vote for it and point toward it as hey, I'm working in a partisan fashion. Well, that's just a chance we need to take. And we need to pass the SAVE Act. We've got to have voter integrity. We've got to have a continuing resolution and continue our government funding.
But you're concerned, and just real quick for me, 15 seconds, you're concerned that if the government shuts down, it could cost the Republicans their slim majority.
I am concerned. We always get blamed for it. However, I think the strategy here with the SAVE Act, if the Democrats want to shut the government down as a result of the SAVE Act, then they are the ones who are going to be responsible for it. They will own it.
All right. The drama will certainly continue, and we're going to keep following it. Congressman Buddy Carter, thank you, sir. Appreciate you being here.
Thank you.